banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the intergalactic space arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room, where it's time to fight for the users on Atari 2600. This is the amazing Adventures of Tron! You don't need the Tron controller to play Adventures of Tron. In fact, it's not even the best controller, but anything that makes you feel like you're on the grid with Tron and light cycles and laser death frisbees is a good thing, and this is a great game for your Atari 2600 or 7800 if you're a professional like me. With Tron controller in hand, I embark on the misadventures of Tron. It's a different game. Come on, get the things, Tron! Collect the bits while avoiding the recognizers and grid bugs and tanks in this delightfully simple yet remarkably fun and playable game for Atari 2600. Sure, it may look like one of those cheap M-Network game cartridges, but there's a lot of great arcade-style action in here, perfect for fans of Tron and Atari. Tron, Tron, Tron! Tron, Tron! Woo! What you do is reasonably simple. Collect the things that look like they should be collected. They're bits. My theory is those are marshmallows. And the collision detection in Adventures of Tron is questionable at best. Whoa! No, you don't, you stupid tank! So time your jump perfectly. Come on! Where's the justice for Tron? Alright, a couple things you need to know about this game. For starters, you're Tron, inventor of the internet and fighter of freedom on the grid. Tron can run, Tron can jump, but Tron does not have his death frisbee. Yes! In Adventures of Tron, he's adventuring unarmed. 23,000, 23,200, that's the score to beat. Now there's elevators on the left and right side of this screen. You can only use them in an alternating fashion. If you ride up on the left one, then you gotta take the right one to the next level. It helps not to jump into the recognizers. They're bad for Tron. But good for you because they look super cool on screen. Now you can drop down through an elevator at any time. If you go into the middle of this screen, Tron will fall all the way to the bottom level. So keep that in mind as you're trying to avoid all of the obstacles. You can jump over them, but it's usually better just to try to avoid them. Adventures of Tron left some room for improvement. This game is really good, but it would have been better had they given you more ways to score points. Basically, you want to just stay alive and score big points each time you complete the level and collect all of the bits. They could have added a few more risk versus reward elements, but this is still one of the better movie-based games on the 2600 for sure. There's a couple different difficulty settings, which changes the speed, and like a lot of these games, at some point it just starts moving so fast that you die instantly. Not even Chuck Norris could save Tron. Unless Tron plays Chuck Norris in Code of Silence. Can you imagine that? Tron walks into a bar, right past a Frenzy arcade machine, stops, makes a U-turn, goes back to the Frenzy machine, gets sucked into it, and then destroys life as we know it. That would be an awesome Atari game. Maybe almost as awesome as this. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this was originally sold with the Tron controller, which definitely has that Tron arcade game look. It's a great looking controller, I reviewed that a few weeks ago, but the game is best played with a Sega Genesis gamepad. Without doubt. Yeah! Tron needs to be nimble and comfortable in order to succeed. The main thing that I figured out is to get a high score, just be patient. There's nothing forcing you off this screen. There's no pterodactyl in Tron. The MCP is lazy. Oh. Nobody shoots Tron in the ass and lives. So I've got a classic game room shout out and thank you going all the way to Eric, once again from Pasadena, California. Thank you for sending Adventures of Tron and Discs of Tron, Tron Deadly Discs and the Tron controller to the show. Lots of Tron. I've even got a few more Tron games to review on Intellivision. Oh, the thing that looks like an arrow going back and forth is the Solar Sailor, which is pretty useless, so just ignore it. In fact, more than anything, it gets in the way. And pro tip, by the way, from a professional Atari 7800 player, stay away from the end of the tank that shoots at you. Oh! Gah! Stupid tank! Thanks again to Eric from Pasadena. Growing up, I had Tron Deadly Discs, loved that game, but I never had this one. It's really good. Adventures of Tron, and it's really dirt-ass cheap to collect for your Atari. Highly recommended. Go! No! All the way to the bottom! Tron epic failure! Alright, if you're gonna buy the game anyway, buy it through ClassicGameRoom.com. Welcome to the club. It's the Lord Carnage Club, where I thank these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano from within the zone of danger. Jeff Breyer. Jeff Breyer. Derek Langley. Derek Langley. Michael and Ariana Nelson. Michael and Ariana Nelson. Michael Fernandez. Those not named Michael Fernandez aren't Michael Fernandez. Steven Chucknick. Steven Chucknick. Al Stiver. Al Stiver. Rick DeBarros. Rick DeBarros. Jason Goy. Jason Goy. Sergio Matthias Hergert. Chip Sync Bell. Chip Sync Bell. Busy Signal. Still busy. Sean Zoltek. Sean Zoltek. Philip Straubenmuller. Phil does the dance of safety in the zone of danger. Jack Stavris. Jack Stavris. Ohad Kane.